whom you cannot rent an apartment. This is going to be topic of this video, but before I'm going to show the beauty of Florida. This is beautiful apartment. It's offered for rent and in Sunny Isles Beach, 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom. With those of you guys, what do you think about this view? Any comments? Would you love to sit with a glass of wine or champagne and enjoy? And this is beauty of life. This is apartment which is offered for rent, and I'm sure we're going to rent it very fast. And regarding Marina, people ask me all the time, Boris, how much it cost Marina? So Marina here, it's Winston Towers Marina, costs around $25, $27 per feet. So it's very hard to get into this marina, but everything possible. You have patience. So basically, you need to put in a math. If you have 40 feet boat, you're going to spend $1,000 per month plus taxes. So this is the cost, $1,000 plus you're going to pay electric around $50 and taxes. So let's say you're going to pay around $1,100, and this is going to be boat sleep, which is you can use 24/7. You cannot over sleeping there. So my topic of the video, whom you cannot rent unit. Don't rent units to friends and family, because you're going to lose friends and family. You thinking like as landlord, and your friend going to think as tenant. So always they're going to demand from you something which is you don't have to provide. This is huge mistake when people making relatives as they tenants. Something happened to this tenant. He's going to lose a job. He's going to have some financial problems. You're going to pay for, because you're not going to sue your relative or your friend, because you cannot, because of relationship. Basically, if I'm renting unit, I'm always trying to find somebody who not belong to the owner and rent it in a most legal and strong way, because two sides need to be educated and appreciate every side. For example, if something happened into apartment and tenant demand, for example, my faucet is leaking. Okay, how much replacement cost? Under $150, it's your responsibility. Something happened in some other parts, a leak of toilet. Who is responsible for? Again, tenant. Again, guys, there is a limit in each contract, which is when it's written, it says exactly who is responsible for. Sometimes it's really big surprise, and I know it has some kind of fights, but I know how to handle, because each lease done, if it's done in correct way, it's going to protect landlord. And sometimes tenant not really like it because they didn't read it, but it doesn't mean it's not going to be assumable. So basically, what I'm advise you, when you're making a lease, every side must to read it. If you're a landlord, you need to know what your responsibility. If you are a tenant, you need to know what your responsibility for apartment. Because as a tenant, you have to maintain the place in a good condition, in good order. So it means if something happened into the property, there is kind of big exactly numbers, which is who is responsible for. And I would like to explain you a lot of tones how I'm choosing a tenant. I'm choosing tenant based on attitude, number one. I'm choosing tenant based on credit score. I'm choosing a tenant based on income. And I'm choosing a tenant for a lot of stuff, because I know who is going to make me trouble during the lease, who has bad attitude, because if person 30 minutes late, it's red flag. If I'm going to have two choices between two offers, for sure I'm going to choose someone who's going to be less complicated. And again, this is a game which is people need to understand. You want to be in good apartment, you need to be a good tenant. Otherwise, you need to rent something which is people will try to get rid of. And this is the way which is I'm choosing tenants. And sometimes, listen, it's not marriage, but still 1 year of the lease, it means people need to respect owners, people need to respect and not destroy property. And because by end of story, it's going to be a problem with deposits. And again, sometimes you're gonna see what's happened to this unit. This unit was rented to friends, not by me, because my customer, he has a lot of friends. He rented this unit to one of the friends, and see what he got. This is pictures exactly showing condition which was received after a couple years of renting this unit. And again, this is his loss. It took 2 weeks to fix the apartment. It's loss of income and it's stress, and it's not nice situation when you need to have those kind of conversation between friends, and which did not understand they cannot bring this apartment in this condition. Guys, if you have any questions, welcome to ask me. I hope this video teach you something, and to give you more advices, welcome to call me.